Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Xiaoming Guo. Thank you for coming to listen to my case study presentation. The topic I chose is negotiating between the famous singer Taylor Swift and one of the world's largest digital music companies, Spotify. So there will be four contents: the settings, the interest position, and the class concept and discussion. For part 1, setting. In 2014, Spotify, a growing digital music server that's climbed over 50 million active users, there are more than 10 million of whom to pay free ad mobile-ready version. Spotify grows, mirroring the rest of the digital music industry. Has to be in the astronomic, but many musicians feel like they are not being unfair compensated in the new streaming era. At the same time, the Taylor Swift, the popular singer from the country music, has gained a great number of the fans after released the album Ready in 2012. In July 2014, the Taylor was about to release her new album 1989. She was fully aware that she will make a great profit in 1989. Aside from the profit, Taylor's attitude toward her music also played an important role in the dispute. In Taylor's article of the Wall Street Journal, she put it there were many people who predict the downfall of the music sales and the irrelevance of the album as the economic entitled. I'm not one of them. In my opinion, the value of the album is, and will continue to be, based on the amount of the heart and soul an artist has bled into the body of the work, and the financial value of the artist and their labels placed on their music when it goes out into the marketplace. Piracy, file sharing, and streaming have shrunk the number of the paid album sales drastically, and every artist have handled this blow differently. Therefore, Taylor was announced that Spotify provided her song for free because she thought that the music should not be available from the free as music was from the art, and art was rare. In November, Taylor removed all her music from the Spotify. Spotify team make a post on Taylor Swift's decision to remove her music from the Spotify to beg her to change her mind. Part 2. Interest and position. In this negotiation, the interest of the both parties was mainly about money. Taylor wanted to make more money through the release of her new album 1989. In addition, she also expressed her love for real great music and art through this protest against the film music. As for Spotify, things were clearly about the Spotify didn't want to lose such a great celebrity who could make a great amount of money from it. The team said in this post that the amount of the Spotify more than 40 million subscribers, nearly 60 million have to play Taylor's song in the last 30 days, and Spotify has more than 19 million who playlist contain her song. So for the position, the Taylor's bargaining position was to withdraw her music from the Spotify, and the Spotify bargaining position was to keep Taylor music to stay. Part 3. Class concept. For the neutral critical, Spotify has made it clear not only to Swift, but to all artists that despite how little money artists make per stream compared to per album profit, it's believed there's still a value in this model. We personally view per stream metrics as a highly flawed indication of our value of the artist. We believe, however, that our service and the life of the artist will both be the best of the world music fan enjoying more music than ever before in a legal, paid manner. And for another concept, BATNA, B-A-T-N-A, BATNA. Taylor has a strong BATNA since she has the myriad other outlets for sales of her music. But firing the first salvo like this certainly got the attention of the digital stream music industry. This banner served as a strong backup for Taylor in this negotiation. And also for the communication style. Taylor was an absolute commander who dominated the direction of the outcome of this negotiation. Such a commanding communication style has put Spotify into the complete inactive position. Therefore, Taylor much more likely to win in this position in this negotiation. Part 4. Discussion. So let's discuss what went well. The shifting of the power imbalance. Spotify is a giant music company, made a great amount of money through the music work of the great musicians. Taylor was only one of the great many musicians who cooperated with Spotify. The power imbalance, in the first place, was a pair. However, Taylor was clear enough to make a negotiation in the public demand rather than in the well-held hallway of the NYC, Spotify's US HQ. Taylor made a full use of power of her fan and provoke music lovers' feeling of the art and its value. Therefore, the public voice and the support from her fan and even her per musician would align with her. So let's discuss what went wrong. Every coin has two sides, especially after the release of the article from the Taylor Swift. The future of music is a love story. Spotify completely lost its position in this negotiation. From my perspective, the negotiation was turned into the dispute because both sides didn't have enough communications with each other. The post and article on the internet, compared with face-to-face through the communication, were too weak and superficial. This negotiation reached a stalemate. Taylor withdrew her music from the Spotify regardless of Spotify's backing. I think there will be a possible window of the opportunity to renegotiate in the future because there will be core money, always the money. There could reach the agreement. Both parties are likely to make more profit since there are many Taylor fans among the Spotify users. Spotify wouldn't like to lose such a big market, while Taylor didn't want to let her fan down either. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all my presentation, and thank you for listening. Have a great day.